I wanted to make a video about something that many people don't say out loud. It's a secret thought they have that they don't dare say out loud. Some people do. Some people will admit this to a friend or a sister or a mom, but I know this is a difficult one. So I'm going to be very tender and very loving with this topic. I am a relationship coach, and last year I spent the bulk of the year working inside a program where there was relationship breakdowns happening. So I was with women in long-term relationships where they're like, I don't know which way this is going to go. And one of the first questions I ask them is, well, why do you want this relationship? Why do you want this person? And why do you want this relationship to work? And there were two kind of top answers I would hear. Number one is, well, I really do love this person, and I just don't know how to figure out how to get out of this pattern that we're in, this looping stuff. I think we do have a really good relationship, but we can't seem to get stuck out of the same cycle of nagging or arguing or whatever the thing is. So they really believe that this could be an amazing relationship. They just need a little tweaking here and there. And the other answer I hear quite often, which they haven't said out loud to anybody, is I do think about leaving, but I don't think it would be best for the kids or everybody involved. So they feel like they're staying for the kids. There is no right or wrong or correct reason for anybody to be in a relationship or to leave a relationship. Everyone is an expert in their own lives. I really believe that. So everybody is making good and noble reasons for making the choices that they make. And I noticed this opportunity to address this topic, this decision of staying for the kids. So I began to develop ways to reduce this misery you might be feeling. It's kind of stable misery. It's not bad enough, but it's not great. And if you learn relational skills that I see lacking in the couples who are in a marital breakdown, if you learn those skills, it should relieve some misery. It might even increase the likelihood of you staying and wanting this person again, wanting your partner back the way that you wanted them, and genuinely enjoying and trusting and cherishing this relationship. And learning these skills certainly will increase your personal joy and your personal peace. I want to state right off the top, I have no judgment for you having this secret feeling that you are only staying in this marriage for the kids until they are grown or until a little later or whatever timeline you have for yourself. No judgment at all. This is a personal decision. What I wanted to address is what I just said. How do I reduce the pain that I'm in or the misery that I feel? How do I increase some joy? That's what I address inside my membership. I teach skills that do help relieve these things and make relationships better. Whether you're in a marital breakdown or not, these skills increase your relational joy. But here, what this video is for is a starting place for you. If you're in this situation and you have this secret thought that you cannot say out loud or maybe even admit to yourself, this video is for you. This video is for you to start implementing right away. Essentially, we're going to look at what drains your energy, what feeds your energy, and what boundaries do you need to put in place, and also what do you need to accept that you haven't accepted yet. So let's do this and break it down into doable shifts that we can make. It's not a recover your marriage video. This is 7 things. I think I made 7. Let me look at my list. Yeah, 7 things you can do that will just help you feel better in this season of life. Here we go. Number 1, stop trying to get water from a stone. I love that phrase. If you are you keep trying to get the needs, or so I'll talk, that's another video actually, needs versus strong preferences versus desires. So there's needs in relationship. Yes. Do most people confuse needs for preferences? Yes. But let's call them needs for the purposes of this video. If there are needs that your partner consistently does not meet or cannot meet based on their capacity or their own learning or their own life, stop banging your head against the wall. Not forever, just temporarily let go of that. Pick one thing that you will no longer expend your energy trying to get from them. Okay? So let's say you really need and desire deep emotional talks. Maybe you need that shared planning, the shared load. Maybe you need validation that you never get. Maybe you need affection, touch that you never get from them. When you stop chasing them from them, resentment drops fairly quickly. Yeah, it does, because you're not expecting anything anymore. So instead, you can intentionally seek out your friends for certain things. You can seek out a therapist or a coach for certain things. You can look to your community, school community, your yoga community, whatever it is, your family of origin. Maybe you go to your own creative life to fulfill these kinds of needs. I'll go in actually at the end of this video. I'll give you more specific examples of how to get certain needs met. I'll give you some creative ideas about how to get some of these needs met in a different way from just trying to get it from your partner. Number 2 is build a life that is outside of the marriage. So your marriage isn't your source of all joy all the time. You definitely need other sources of joy, of relationality. It's essential. And truthfully, creating a fulfilling life in many different areas is crucial whether you're in a breakdown right now or not. And in fact, it might have led to a breakdown if you haven't cultivated a life outside this marriage. It could put too much pressure on this one relationship that it feels too suffocating. So join weekly groups, book clubs, a choir, pottery class, anything that interests you. Maybe you take 1 hour alone at a coffee shop per week. Maybe you take up a hobby that you feel fully absorbed in, like a dance class or swimming lanes or painting. This is a good tip. Think about the things you used to do as a kid. If you haven't done them since you were a kid, but you remember those things that you found yourself in flow with as a kid, that is revisit those things and see what that does for you. Some other things you can do is just plan little days for yourself, like little small adventures, Also, really important, I really feel this way. Plan weekends away. It doesn't have to be expensive and it doesn't have to be far. I'm not talking extravagant or luxurious. I'm talking get to a bestie's house in the next town over, or take yourself to an Airbnb for 2 nights. If your entire emotional world lives inside of your marriage, you will suffocate. You'll feel the suffocation. You have to widen your emotional ecosystem. Otherwise, it's too much pressure on your relationship. And your relationship can't fulfill your emotional world fully. So find that happiness and find that joy outside as well. Number 3 is to create micro rituals, daily habits that feed you. Stable misery is kind of like a nervous system state. So you need those things that make your nervous system feel like in the window of tolerance, in the safe and social, in the calm. So pick one daily thing that does that for you. Maybe it is spending a half an hour journaling. Maybe it is spending an hour walking in nature, 20 minutes even around the block. It doesn't matter. What is a thing for you? Maybe it's sitting and belly breathing, finding yourself quiet. Pick a nervous system regulation habit for you, because living in that misery is like a state that you want to try to get out of as much as possible. One that I really love is, imagine as if your heart could talk, and just tuning in and asking your heart, what does it need today? What does it need right now? And just seeing what answer comes. That's a nice one. These are small things, but they are legitimately life-changing. Number 4, shift from the scorekeeping that you're doing in your head, because I know you're doing it, to neutral coexistence. Now, what I mean by this is, if you're in stable misery, your internal monologue probably sounds a bit like, see, they did it again, or they never, or I'm always the one who, or why can't they just try to do it right now? You feel you're in a fight mode there. You have fire in you. You've got cortisol pumping. So we got to shift out of that. How do you stop pumping cortisol into your bloodstream so often? It's kind of a mindset shift here. I keep tripping over my words. We want to start to observe without interpreting. This is not letting them off the hook. This is giving yourself a break from that cortisol. So if you're thinking, he never helps, I have to do everything, try switching it to, okay, I'm choosing to handle this right now because I don't want to argue, and I'm going to get what I need later.